Most people think a banned move is just a rule in a referee's handbook. They're wrong. In the world of true martial science, a ban is a quarantine. It's an admission that a technique is so mechanically efficient at destroying the human frame that it can no longer be practiced as a sport. Today we go beyond the octagon and into the forbidden archives. These are 10 martial arts moves so deadly, they were banned worldwide, forever. 1. The Tamaki, the poison hand, vibration strike. Most strikes use surface power to bruise skin or break bone, but the Tamaki, or poison hand, is different. Originating from the secret traditions of Okinawan karate, this move doesn't aim to hit the chest. It aims to hit the rhythm of your life. By utilizing a specific vibrating impact, known as fa-jin, the striker targets the heart during a vulnerable window in the cardiac cycle. In medical terms, this can trigger commotio cordis, sudden cardiac arrest, caused by a blunt, non-penetrating blow. It was banned from all traditional sparring because a student could walk away appearing fine, only to collapse hours later from internal energy disruption or delayed organ failure. It is the ultimate ghost strike, lethal, silent, and strictly forbidden. 2. The stone pillar. Spike, the original pile driver. In the ancient Greek pits of Pancration, there was no reset. The most feared move wasn't a punch, it was the stone pillar. While modern wrestling uses staged pile drivers, the original version was a death sentence. The attacker would trap both of the opponent's arms, eliminating any chance of a breakfall, and drive the crown of their skull vertically into the earth with full body weight. This creates a mechanical failure, known as axial loading. The force doesn't just break the neck, it drives the vertebrae into one another until they explode outward into the spinal cord. It was banned because it offered zero chance of surrender. Once the lift began, the result was either instant paralysis or a shattered skull. It is the most direct way a human can be used as a weapon against themselves. 3. The Kani Basami, the flying scissors. This is the move that turned the world of competitive judo and jiu-jitsu upside down. The Kani Basami, or flying scissors, looks like a cinematic takedown, but in reality it's a career ender. By jumping and trapping the opponent's lead leg between your own, you create a massive shearing force directly against the side of the knee. If the victim's foot is even slightly planted on the mat, there is nowhere for that energy to go. The force bypasses the muscles and slams into the ACL and MCL. It doesn't just tear ligaments, it often results in a tibial plateau fracture, essentially exploding the top of the shin bone. After a string of horrific permanent injuries in the 1980s, it was banned globally. In the world of grappling, this is considered the atomic bomb of leg takedowns. 4. The eagle claw, throat pluck. In the lethal world of Chinese Chin Na, the goal isn't a knockout, it's immediate incapacitation. The eagle claw, throat pluck, is a technique specifically designed to exploit the most vulnerable part of the human frame, the trachea. Unlike a choke that takes seconds to work, this is a violent grasp and pull maneuver. By sinking the fingertips behind the hyoid bone and the laryngeal prominence, the attacker can literally collapse the airway or sever the carotid artery using a twisting motion. Because there is no safe way to practice this on a partner without risking a collapsed lung or permanent vocal cord destruction, it was purged from modern wushu. It remains a silent killer move, reserved only for extreme survival combat. 5. The 12-6 elbow, the vertical spike. This is the strike that famously stumped the world's most elite fighting organizations. The 12-6 elbow is a vertical downward strike that travels in a straight line from the ceiling to the floor. While most elbows are swinging strikes, this is a gravity-driven spike that concentrates 100% of your power into the tiny, razor-sharp point of the elbow bone. The clarity. Because the force is so focused, it acts like a hammer hitting a nail. When landed on the crown of the head or the small orbital bones around the eye, it doesn't just cut, it crushes. Athletic commissions originally banned it after seeing practitioners break thick ice block with ease, realizing that a human skull, which is designed to deflect rounded punches, has almost zero structural defense against a vertical piercing force. It is the ultimate illegal weapon of the octagon. 6. The heel hook, the reaping twist. In the world of elite grappling, this is the most feared submission in existence. The heel hook. Unlike a toe hold, which attacks the foot, The heel hook uses the heel as a lever to rotate the entire lower leg, while the thigh remains pinned. The danger here is a terrifying medical phenomenon, the silent snap. Because the knee has very few pain receptors in its ligaments, the victim often feels zero pain while their ACL and MCL are being stretched to the breaking point. By the time you feel the pop, your knee has already been shredded. It was banned in Jiu-Jitsu and many amateur leagues because it transforms a sports match into a surgical nightmare in less than a second. It doesn't just make you tap, it takes away your ability to walk for a year. 7. The vagus nerve blood stop, the death touch. Often mistaken for a Hollywood myth, the strike to the vagus nerve is a terrifyingly real application of combat anatomy. This isn't a blood choke that takes 10 seconds to work. It is a precision impact or press designed to overload the body's internal electrical. Seven, the vagus nerve blood stop, the death touch. Often mistaken for a Hollywood myth, the strike to the vagus nerve is a terrifyingly real application of combat anatomy. This isn't a blood choke that takes 10 seconds to work. It is a precision impact or press designed to overload the body's internal electrical system. By striking the carotid sinus, the body's pressure-sensing hub, you trick the brain into thinking the blood pressure has spiked to a lethal level. The brain's emergency shutoff kicks in, instantly dropping the heart rate to near zero. This can cause immediate syncope, or in rare cases, a rebound effect where the heart fails to restart. It is banned in all competitive martial arts because it doesn't just knock a fighter out, it forces their entire cardiovascular system to crash. 8. The spinal axe kick, the base of skull spike. In the world of Lethwei, a sport so brutal it allows headbutts, there is still one move that pushes too far: the spinal axe kick. This isn't a standard kick to the face. This is a vertical heel drop aimed directly at the junction where the skull meets the spine. This specific point houses the brainstem, the body's CPU for breathing and heart rate. While the front of the skull is thick and protective, the base of the neck is a structural soft spot. A vertical heel strike here causes a compression fracture that the neck muscles cannot absorb. It was banned in modern combat sports because it bypasses the knockout and goes straight for permanent neural damage or instant respiratory failure. It turns a sport into a life-altering tragedy in one single drop. 9. The Mume-giri, the nameless cut, the invisible draw. In the lethal schools of ancient Kenjutsu, the most feared technique wasn't a duel. It was the Mume-giri, or the nameless cut. This wasn't a traditional sword fight. It was a first-strike assassination move designed to end a conflict before the opponent could even reach for their weapon. The move uses a specific centrifugal draw, where the scabbard is pulled back while the blade is pushed forward, doubling the speed of the strike. It targets the soft tissue of the midsection with enough velocity to cause evisceration instantly. When the samurai class was disbanded, these unsheathed-to-kill techniques were strictly banned from public practice. They weren't considered martial arts for growth. They were considered execution methods for the street, meant to leave an opponent dead before they even realized the fight had begun. 10. The small joint manipulation, the finger snap. It sounds small, but in the world of professional fighting, this is the ultimate dirty move. Small joint manipulation, specifically the isolated snapping of fingers and toes. While most submissions target large muscle groups like the neck or hips, this technique targets the fine motor control required for everything a human does. The human hand is a complex machine held together by tiny, fragile ligaments. By isolating a single finger, an attacker can apply hundreds of pounds of pressure to a bone that can only withstand a fraction of that. This move is banned in the UFC 1 Championship and every major grappling league because it doesn't just end a fight. It causes permanent nerve damage and bone-shattering fractures that can end a career instantly. It is a sabotage move, used in military combatives to render an enemy's hands useless for the rest of their life.